Welcome back, Magic Chasers. I am so excited for today's episode because we are finally diving into one of my absolute favorite parks. Like, seriously.
Yeah, she's been buzzing about this all week, folks, and for good reason. We're heading to the park that some folks call the giant golf ball park, others just call it awesome.
That's right, Jimmy. We are talking all things Epcot today, but not just any Epcot. We're taking a deep dive, giving you a mental tour of world celebration, world discovery, and world nature.
A mental tour, eh? So, no need for sunscreen or comfy shoes. My feet are already thanking me. I can just imagine myself napping while you expertly guide us.
Oh, you'll be wide awake, trust me. This part of Epcot is absolutely packed with incredible attractions, some amazing food, and really unique experiences. We're going to break it all down neighborhood by neighborhood.
Sounds like a plan. So, buckle up, Magic Chasers, because we are about to chase some serious Epcot magic. Let's get to it. You know, Abby, it's wild to think about Epcot's history because it wasn't always just a theme park, right? Like, Walt had this totally different, super ambitious idea for it.
Oh, absolutely, Jimmy. It's one of my favorite Disney facts. Walt Disney, the ultimate magic chaser, he didn't just want another theme park. He envisioned an actual living, breathing city, a real place where people would live, work, and play, all designed around the ideas of the future to make life better.
A city. So, like, I could have moved there. Had a little house next to Spaceship Earth. That sounds intense. Imagine your neighbor is Figment.
Well, after Walt's passing, unfortunately, that grand dream for a community kind of it fizzled out, didn't quite make it off the drawing board as a city. But the Imagineers, they kept the spirit alive and transformed it into the park we know and love today. And they even kept the name Epcot, which stands for, drumroll please, Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
Ah, the famous acronym. That makes sense. So, it went from a futuristic living experiment to a park that still celebrates the future, just, with more rides and fewer utility bills.
Exactly. And it really took off. Epcot Center opened its gates in 1982. It was designed to celebrate humanity, technology, and cultural differences, which honestly, it still does beautifully. Building it was a massive undertaking, Jimmy. We're talking between 800 million and 1.2 billion dollars.
Whoa, billion with a B. That's more than my entire Dad Joe collection is worth. So, like, a few construction workers, maybe a couple of designers.
Try nearly 3,000 designers and 4,000 construction workers. And they had to excavate 54 million cubic feet of dirt. It was one of the largest private construction projects globally at the time. Can you imagine the sheer scale of that?
That's a lot of dirt. I bet they just repurposed it all into Cinderella Castle. Multi-purpose dirt. You heard it here first, folks.
The funny thing too is that when Epcot first opened, it was actually designed to be totally devoid of Mickey Mouse and all his character friends. They wanted it to lean more educational than whimsical.
No Mickey. What? That's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without the jelly. Or the peanut butter. Just bread. Boring bread.
I know, right? But thankfully, over the years, Epcot has really embraced the whimsy of Mickey, his pals, and so many other Disney characters. It really makes the park feel even more welcoming and fun. On our last trip, we even saw Phineas and Ferb meeting with guests near the entrance of Epcot. I mean, these two summer loving characters could not embody more of the spirit of invention and adventure that Epcot stands for.
Yes, I love those crazy stepbrothers. Epcot is now the best of both worlds, truly. Learn a little and get your Mickey fix.
Speaking of the best of both worlds, that actually brings us perfectly into our next segment, because Epcot itself has gone through some incredible transformations, and the first neighborhood we're going to dive into is World Celebration.
Ah, World Celebration. The part everyone knows, even if they don't know they know it, right? It's where that giant golf ball is.
Exactly, you got it, Jimmy. That giant golf ball is actually Spaceship Earth. And yes, World Celebration is home to that iconic, geodesic sphere. It's the main entrance to Epcot, where everyone rushes to get those classic, must-have Epcot photos in front of the ball. It's meant to celebrate connection and community, which I just love.
So if you don't take a picture in front of Spaceship Earth, did you even go to Epcot? I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Pretty much. But here's a fun fact, Jimmy. World Celebration actually used to be part of a much larger area called Future World.
Wait, really? So it was like the future of the future. Future Inception. Wow, mind blown.
Something like that. This change was part of a massive park transformation announced back at the D23 Expo in 2019. The name Future World was officially retired on October 1st, 2021, which actually coincided with Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration.
Oh, so it was like a big birthday present for Epcot, giving it new neighborhoods. I like it. A fresh coat of paint, or a fresh sphere of aluminum and plastic alloy triangles.
Pretty much. These new neighborhoods, like World Celebration, were created to better align with the park's updated vision. The idea is to offer guests experiences that really connect them to one another and to the world around them, reflecting Epcot's ongoing evolution. It's a beautiful concept. Speaking of that sphere, it's not just a pretty face, Jimmy. Inside that majestic golf ball is Spaceship Earth, one of the most iconic rides at Epcot. It's a 15-minute dark ride that takes you on this incredible journey through the history of human communication.
So it's like a really, really long phone call or a text message that takes 15 minutes to read.
You could say that, but like a super cool one. You travel through time seeing everything from ancient cave paintings and hieroglyphs to the invention of the printing press and all the way to the internet. And it even has these interactive elements at the end where you get to envision your own ideal future. It's pretty neat.
That's awesome. And I heard, is it true that it's the world's first geodesic sphere? Because that sounds like a big deal.
It is. It weighs a whopping 16 million pounds, and it's made of over 11,000 aluminum and plastic alloyed triangles. It's just massive, 165 feet in diameter. And, fun fact, the legendary science fiction writer Ray Bradbury actually contributed to the ride's design, helping shape its whole narrative.
Wow, so it's got real brain power behind it, not just pretty lights. I also love that it's one of those rides that never stops moving. You just hop on, no waiting for the next ride vehicle to stop and start.
Exactly. It's an omni-mover system, so it's constantly moving, and guests load and unload while the vehicles are in motion. And over the years, it's had some really famous narrators too, like Walter Cronkite, Jeremy Irons, and currently the amazing Dame Judi Dench. Her voice it transports you.
That's really cool. So, from the serious intellectual sphere of communication, we transition to, well, to a slightly more whimsical purple sphere of imagination, right? Our girl's favorite.
Oh, you know it. On a much lighter note, the other ride in World Celebration is absolutely one of our girls' all time favorites, Journey into Imagination with Figment, though they did make sure to tell me to tell all our listeners to watch out for the skunk.
Ah, yes, the dreaded skunk. We've had many an intense conversation about that skunk in our family. But seriously, Figment is such a fun, playful little dragon, and the ride itself is just imagination turned literal.
It is like stepping into a dream. It's a dark ride featuring our pal Figment and Dr. Nigel Channing, and it explores the five senses within the fictional Imagination Institute. It brings smiles to everyone's faces, though sometimes a few raised eyebrows too.
Yeah, yeah, some adults and even our kids can get a little weirded out by the man in the moon at the end. For our family, he definitely looks more like a tortilla with a face. I mean, it is a very imaginative tortilla.
A very imaginative tortilla. And, there have been three versions of this ride, including one that famously removed Figment entirely, which was widely criticized. People love their Figment.
You don't mess with Figment. But the nice part about this ride is that the wait time is usually pretty low. It's a classic that everyone should experience at least once.
Absolutely. Though, I would say if you're waiting more than, say, 15 minutes, probably come back later. It's fun, but maybe not 45 minutes fun. But hey, the fun doesn't stop once you're off the rides. Right at the exit of Journey into Imagination with Figment is ImageWorks, the What If Labs. It's an interactive exhibit where you can keep that imaginative spirit going.
So it's like a scientific playground for your brain, right? Can you design a Figment that doesn't, skunk you? Because that would be an improvement.
Oh, you absolutely can design your own Figment, and you can make music with him or just participate in sensory based play. Plus, you can even meet Figment himself here, take pictures, and chat about your favorite parts of the ride. Or, if you're our girls, you can tell him to lay off the skunking.
Smart girls, always negotiating for a better experience.
Always. And right next door, there's also the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival. It's an 18-minute attraction that showcases three fantastic 3D animated shorts. Right now it's showing Get a Horse, Feast, and Piper. It's also got some cool 4D effects, like moving seats and water sprays, which really enhance the experience.
Ooh, water sprays. Is it like a full on shower or just a little mist? Asking for a friend who may or may not have forgotten their umbrella.
Just a little mist, mostly. It's a great way to cool down, honestly. And the theater itself has a pre show that gives you a little history of Disney and Pixar animation, which is really cool. This space has also housed other attractions like the Honey, I Shrunk the Audience show back in the day. Okay, next up, and this one is a must do. Club Cool. It's a unique Coca Cola themed experience where you can sample complimentary soda flavors from around the world.
Ah, yes. The place where dreams and, well, Beverly collide. Our girls had their first experience there recently, and let's just say their faces when they tried the Beverly were priceless.
Oh, they were not thrilled. They genuinely couldn't believe anyone enjoys that one. And honestly, if you've ever tasted Beverly, you probably feel the same way. It's an Italian aperitif, super bitter, but it's a rite of passage, you know?
Yes, drink this, young one, to one day become a true Disney adult. It's like you haven't truly experienced Epcot until you've made a face after trying Beverly. It's one of only 3 locations in the US to offer these specific international Coca Cola flavors, which is pretty cool.
It is. And speaking of cool, if you're looking to do some serious souvenir shopping, you've got to hit up Creations Shop. It's the flagship merchandise store and World Celebration, and it's huge, right? And airy. It replaced the beloved mouse gear back in 2021.
And it's full of everything from clothing to home goods, toys, park souvenirs. It's a black hole for my wallet.
It is, but they do have convenient mobile checkout using the My Disney Experience app, which is a lifesaver when it's busy.
Oh, yes, the mobile checkout, an even faster way for the 3 ladies in my life to empty my wallet.
Right. We do have a certain skill set for sure.
I guess you could call it that.
And right next to Creations Shop, you'll find Connections Cafe and Eatery. This place is designed to be super bright and open with big windows looking out at Spaceship Earth. It's got wireless charging at some of the tables, which is amazing for keeping your phone alive all day.
Wireless charging. Now, that's what I call future tech. What kind of food are we talking about here? Because I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
It's quick service, but they have global cuisine inspired by French, Italian, and Asian influences. Think pizzas, burgers, salads, desserts with an international twist. Plus, a cool fact, the floor design in Connections Cafe actually pays homage to Walt Disney's original site plans for Epcot.
Oh, that's neat. A little hidden history under your feet.
Exactly. And there's this massive mural, over 160 feet long, depicting people from around the world enjoying food and drinks. It's really immersive. And for the adults out there, there's also the new Geo 82 SIP.
Geo 82. Is that like a secret agent code for delicious drinks?
Well, kinda. The Geo 82 name is a nostalgic nod to Spaceship Earth geodesic design and the year Epcot first opened, 1982. It's one of the few places in all of Disney World that's exclusively for guests 21 and older.
Finally, a place where I don't have to share my snacks with tiny hands.
You could always put some leftovers in a Ziploc bag for them.
Oh, you and a Ziploc bag.
I'm just kidding, just kidding. But Geo 82, they offer unique cocktails, world class wines, spirits, and artisanal cheeses, cured meats, and globally inspired small plates. You can even purchase a fireworks viewing package here, which is pretty special. And speaking of special, we have to talk about Walt the Dreamer statue at Dreamer's Point. It's a beautiful bronze statue of Walt Disney, later in his life, thoughtfully gazing at Spaceship Earth. It really symbolizes his visionary spirit and that big dream he had for the Florida project.
So he's like still dreaming up new things, even in bronze. I bet if he was alive, he'd be saying, you know what Epcot needs? More churros.
He might. The statue was actually just unveiled on December 5th, 2023, which was Walt Disney's birthday. It's a super popular photo op, so you might find a line, but it's worth it to sit next to Walt and, dream a little. And finally, in World Celebration, we have the new CommuniCore Hall and Plaza. This is a really flexible space that's used for all of Epcot's many festivals and different exhibits.
So it's like a chameleon of a building, always changing for whatever Epcot is celebrating.
Precisely. It's also where you can find character meet and greets with Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. And for a limited time, they have the Celebración Encanto show on the outdoor plaza, with singing, dancing, and trivia from the Encanto movie. It's just a really vibrant central hub.
Wow, World Celebration really packs a punch, doesn't it? From iconic golf balls to Walt statues and soda that makes your face pucker. What a ride! But hey, there's a whole other side to Epcot that's all about blasting off into the future. Literally.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Timmy. Let's shift gears and zoom over to World Discovery. This neighborhood is all about science, technology, and adventure. It was part of the big transformation we've been talking about and used to be called Future World East.
So, World Discovery is the new high tech gadgets, huh? I like it. Maybe our house should have a big futuristic transformation. We could really use a cosmic generator.
I don't know about that, Jimmy. However, World Discovery really reflects the shift towards incorporating more of those beloved Disney intellectual properties into the park. But World Discovery really blends Epcot's original vision with modern storytelling.
And speaking of modern storytelling and thrill rides, I think we both know what ride we're talking about when it comes to World Discovery, right? The big one. The one that makes you feel like you're in a dance party in space. Mission Space!
I think you're confused.
Just messing with you. It is Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, of course. Mission Space is the one that makes me lose my lunch in space.
But we absolutely have to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. This ride is, in my humble opinion, the best ride in all of Walt Disney World. It's truly amazing.
That's a bold statement, Abby. You're really putting it out there. But I have to say, it's certainly up there. It's so smooth. It feels like you're floating, even though you're whipping around at what, like 100 miles an hour?
It's an indoor family thrill coaster, and it's the first of its kind at Disney with a reverse launch and those amazing 360-degree spinning ride vehicles. It's actually one of the longest enclosed coasters in the world, and it's based on the Guardians of the Galaxy films, obviously.
I mean, when you're spinning around listening to September or Conga, you just can't help but smile. It's a party on wheels, or, on a track.
And get this, it has a height restriction of only 42 inches, which means even our 5-year-old can ride it. Now, it is mostly in the dark, and even though it's incredibly smooth, it's super fast, reaching speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. So it's still a thrill, for sure, and could be a little much for some of your smaller park goers.
Yeah, our little one gets off their ride a little shook, but always wants to go back. She has no idea she just went 60 miles an hour in the dark. Maybe that's what it best.
Probably. But it just goes to show how incredible that ride system is. It's truly revolutionary.
So from a party in space to, well, more space, but maybe a little more intense. We really are talking mission space this time. This one's a bit of a stomach churner for some.
Oh, Mission Space? Yes, it definitely has a reputation, but it's super cool because it simulates space training and you actually get to choose your adventure. There's the more intense orange mission with all the G forces, or the gentler green mission if you're not quite ready to be an astronaut.
G forces, huh? So it's like a really, really fast elevator to the moon without the moon.
Did you know the Imagineers actually worked with NASA to make this experience as realistic as possible? It's truly incredible, the level of detail.
Yeah, I've heard. And I gotta say, even my stomach of steel, which has survived many of your experimental dinners, has felt a little queasy on the orange mission. So, a warning to our listeners out there, if you're prone to motion sickness, maybe consider the green mission. Or just, pass on this one altogether.
And it can also be a little bit intense for guests who might have a fear of small spaces, because each rider is placed in a small compartment with a screen very close to your face. It's very immersive, which is great, but it can be a lot.
Understood. So, from simulated space to, well, simulated car testing. Test track, baby. I hear it just reopened after a major glow up.
Yes, Test Track is actually reopening this month after a lengthy refurbishment, and it's the third generation of this ride. Disney is totally hyping it up to be the best yet.
Third generation. Wow. So it's not like your old car, which is just on its first generation and barely running. Maybe I should send it to Epcot for refurbishment.
You absolutely should. I could use an upgrade. But seriously, this ride is so much fun because guests get to design and test their own vehicles on a simulated track. You experience all these different conditions and challenges. Before it closed, this was one of our girls' must-do rides. They loved designing the car and then seeing how their creation did at the end.
I remember our eldest always tried to make the car look like a giant hot dog, which surprisingly didn't do so well in the aerodynamics department. But hey, it looked delicious. I can't wait to experience this refurbished version.
Me neither. And a little fun fact for you, Test Track is actually sponsored by General Motors, and at the exit of the ride, you can find real versions of some of GM's newest and most coveted vehicles. So you can dream about your next car, or maybe just a hot dog on wheels, Jimmy.
So after all that high speed G force action, I'm thinking my stomach might need something to settle it, or maybe something to propel it even further into the stratosphere. What are we talking about for food and world discovery? Anything out of this world?
Oh, Jimmy, are you ready to dine 220 miles above Earth? Because Space 220 is literally an out of this world dining experience. It's a super popular table service restaurant with incredible simulated views of Earth from a space station.
So I can eat my chicken cordon bleu while watching the sun rise over the earth? That sounds less messy than my usual Tuesday night dinner.
It is, and the whole experience starts with the Stellivator, which simulates a journey to the Centauri space station. It's so immersive, with details like a rotating space vegetable garden, and you can even spot a space dog floating by. The kids love trying to find all of little hidden space themed touches.
A space dog, huh? I wonder if he fetches space sticks. So reservations are a must, I take it. Because a view like that usually means a long line.
Absolutely. Reservations are highly, highly recommended. You definitely want to book those far in advance through the Disney World website or app. Though, if you can't snag a reservation, they do have a lounge area with a separate a la carte menu that's first come, first serve. So you can still get a taste of space, even if you're just hovering around.
Good to know. Now, speaking of unique finds, there's a certain musical group in this area, right? The Jameters? Sounds like they keep things tidy with the beat.
They do. The Jammers are one of my absolute favorite surprise performances at Epcot. They're this fun, energetic group of performers who literally play music on a variety of found objects, including, yes, actual trash cans.
So they're taking out the trash and taking the house down at the same time. That's multitasking at its finest. You, my lovely wife, can be found doing that when she cleans the kitchen, singing loudly with her AirPods in and tossing my dirty socks into the trash.
Hey, if they don't make it to the hamper, they might find the trash. And I am a fabulous singer. Thank you very much.
Of course you are.
Well, anyway, these guys actually use 9 different trash cans, ranging from size 8 to 17 gallons, and their performances are truly unique and engaging. You can often find them near the Imagination Pavilion or on walkways in World Discovery.
That's awesome. That's like a symphony of sanitation. And speaking of talking trash, I heard there's a literal talking trash can in this area now. At the Odyssey Pavilion? Please tell me this is real.
It is real, Jimmy, and he's amazing. The Odyssey Pavilion itself is located at the edge of the World Showcase Lagoon, kind of bridging World Discovery and the World Showcase. It's a super versatile space that often hosts festival food stations and special exhibits.
So, a multi purpose building. Very efficient. Almost like our garage if it also hosted international food festivals.
Exactly. The building was actually originally designed as a restaurant called the Odyssey Restaurant when the park opened in 1982, but it transitioned into this flexible event space. And yes, it is now home to the talking trash can, affectionately known as Push. He used to be at the Electric Umbrella, which is now Connections Cafe, but he's been brought back, and get this, for the 2024 Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, he even got a Muppet Labs rebrand.
A Muppet Labs rebrand? So he's a certified scientific marvel of waste disposal. Did Dr. Bunsen Honeydew invent him? I bet he has a PhD in garbageology.
He does. Well, his sign says he's an official Muppet Labs trash can created by Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, PhD, and he truly interacts with guests. He'll respond to you, especially when you open the flap to throw something away. It's such a fun little surprise.
That's amazing. I'm going to spend my entire next trip just trying to get that trash can to tell me a joke. So we've explored Celebration, we've gone on a discovery. What's next on our Epcot neighborhood tour? Are we diving into something natural?
We are indeed, Jimmy. Next up is World Nature, and this is where Epcot truly focuses on conservation, the environment, and honestly, the pure beauty of the natural world. It's all about learning how to preserve the balance around us.
Ah, so it's less about blasting off and more about branching out, perhaps. Maybe a bit more earthy.
Oh, Jimmy, that was actually a good one.
Why the tone of surprise? All my jokes are fire.
Yes, fire, of course. World Nature builds upon the historical foundations of the old Future World West, but now it's really evolved to integrate beloved Disney stories and characters while still maintaining that core focus on educating guests about the wonders and importance of nature. It's a beautiful blend.
Sounds like a good place to catch my breath after all those throw rides. So, what's the big fish? I mean, feature in World Nature? I'm sensing some aquatic vibes here.
Oh, you're absolutely right. The Seas Pavilion is a huge part of world nature. And of course, the main ride there is the Seas with Nemo and Friends. It's such a sweet and adorable Omnimover dark ride.
Our kids love Nemo. Is it like you're actually swimming with the fish? Because I forgot my goggles.
Well, you won't need your goggles, but it does combine the dark ride experience, where you journey with Nemo and his friends, with a massive 5.7 million gallon saltwater aquarium. Get this, you can see real marine life in there, but also they project digital Finding Nemo characters right into the tank with the actual fish. It's really cool.
Whoa, so I could be looking at a shark and suddenly Dory swims by in digital form? That's next level marine biology, or should I say, fantastic technology.
Yes, completely fantastic. But wait, there's more. Within the Seas Pavilion, you absolutely have to experience Turtle Talk with Crush. It's a live, interactive show where guests can actually chat with Crush, the sea turtle from Finding Nemo.
No way! He's like actually talking back. Are you telling me I can ask Crush about the dude? Like, where's my car? Or my fish in this case?
Totally. It uses impressive animation and technology, and it's so funny. It usually focuses on Crush interacting with the children, who get to sit right up front. He tells jokes, he asks them questions about what life is like on land. It's really heartwarming. I've even seen a super cute video where Crush helped a man propose to his girlfriend. It was just magical.
Wow, that's a new level of wingman. From surfing the EAC to helping with engagement rings, Crush really is a multi talented dude. So, beyond the ride and the chat, what else is in this massive aquarium?
The aquarium itself is just incredible. Again, it's a 5.7 million gallon saltwater aquarium, which makes it one of the largest in the world. You can spend ages just walking around, spotting diverse marine life like sharks and rays and sea turtles. And if you're lucky, you might even get to see one of the animals getting their lunch or dinner from one of the keepers. It's truly mesmerizing to just stand there and watch. Okay, so we've talked about the seas, which is amazing, but we also have to talk about its neighbor, the land pavilion. This whole area focuses on humanity's relationship with the earth, exploring agriculture, conservation, and, just appreciating the environment around us.
Ah, the land. So, less about finding Dory and more about finding my green thumb. I once grew a houseplant that lasted 2 weeks. Does that count as conservation?
Well, it's a start, babe. But here they actually excel at it. The main attraction that most people think of here is Living with the Land. It's an opening day attraction, which is so cool. It's this really relaxing boat ride that takes guests through various ecosystems, showcasing innovative farming techniques and the pavilion's own greenhouse.
Oh, that's the one where you just kind of drift along and see all the different plants, right? I always feel so enlightened after that ride, like I could suddenly become a master gardener.
It's very inspiring. Fun fact, it originally had live narrators on the boat, which would have been amazing. Now it's recorded, but it's still fantastic. And get this, the dog in the farmhouse scene on the ride, it's modeled after Walt Disney's own dog, and it's the same animatronic dog they use in Carousel of Progress and Pirates of the Caribbean.
No way! So that dog is a true Disney legend. He's been in more rides than most Imagineers. Talk about a busy schedule. Woof woof.
Exactly. And a unique feature is that much of the produce grown in these greenhouses is actually used in restaurants throughout Walt Disney World. Imagine eating a tomato that came from Epcot.
So you're telling me I could literally eat the ride? That's some next level immersive dining. I might just start requesting the Living with the Land salad on all my menus.
You absolutely could. But while we're in the Land Pavilion, we cannot forget about soaring. Oh my goodness, this ride, Jimmy.
Ah, soaring. Now that's where my inner bird wants to come out. You feel like you're actually flying. It's incredible. The wind in your hair, the smells, it's so irresistible.
Oh, you're just full of them today, aren't you? But you're right. It's a simulated hang gliding experience that takes guests on an aerial tour of iconic landmarks and natural wonders around the world. You're lifted into the air in these hang glider like vehicles, and it moves in sync with the stunning aerial footage projected on a massive 180-degree, 80-foot IMAX screen.
It's wild how real it feels. The way they time the scents with the visuals, like oranges over a grove or the ocean mist, it's just brilliant. My only complaint is sometimes I can see other people's feet above me. It kind of breaks the illusion that I'm soaring solo.
I know. And our girls, they prefer to sit in the front row too, especially the front row of section B1 to avoid seeing other guests' feet. They're very particular about their simulated hang gliding experience, apparently. But speaking of food, because we're always speaking of food, the Land Pavilion has some fantastic dining.
Lay it on me, Abby. My stomach is ready.
First, there's Garden Grill Restaurant. It's a table service restaurant that actually rotates. You get character dining with views into living with the land as you slowly revolve.
So I can eat my green beans while watching a green bean grow in the greenhouse below me. That's strangely motivating.
It's actually quite charming. You get to interact with characters like Mickey Mouse, Pluto, and Chippendale in their Harvest Best outfits. And the meals are served family style. We actually dined here for the first time recently, and I have to tell you, it was hands down the best food at a character dining experience I have ever had.
Whoa, really? Considering how many character meals we've done, that is a big statement. What made it so good? Was it the rotating ambience?
No, the food was genuinely delicious. The cornbread was amazing. The main course was all fresh and cooked so well. And the strawberry shortcake was to die for. Our 8-year-old, she actually told me to tell everyone listening that it is a must do, and you have to try the steak. Shockingly, she has very good taste for an 8-year-old.
Well, if an 8-year-old foodie says it's good, it's good. I'm sold. What about for a quick bite, though? Sometimes you just need something fast before your next soaring flight.
For quick service, Sunshine Seasons is the spot. It's essentially a food court with multiple stations offering a variety of options like rotisserie chicken, sandwiches, Asian noodles, and bakery items. And again, they highlight the use of fresh produce, some grown right there in the Land Pavilion's own greenhouses. Many guests consider it one of the best counter service restaurants in all of Walt Disney World. It's got that fresh, healthy vibe.
So we've covered the land and the sea. What else is there in world nature? Do we have like a sky section? Or perhaps a space mountain of nature area?
Oh, Jimmy, you're always reaching for the stars, even in world nature. But no, not a sky section, but we do have something relatively new and absolutely magical. It's Journey of Water inspired by Moana.
Ah, Moana. So is it like a boat ride through a movie, or are we like doing the haka with water?
It's an interactive water trail, actually. It's self guided, and guests explore the water cycle through playful water features. It's beautiful, and you learn about water conservation, all while enjoying this gorgeous Polynesian inspired environment.
Interactive water trail, huh? So it's basically a fancy way of saying get ready to get splashed, right? I hope they have a dry path option for those of us who prefer to stay uh arid.
They absolutely do. It offers both wet and dry paths, so everyone can engage with the experience in their own way. And it's designed so beautifully. There's this large 16-foot tall topiary figure of Tefiti, which is just stunning. And they've hidden so many details and character carvings like Moana, Pua, and Hey Hey for guests to discover.
Oh, that's cool. A little scavenger hunt for the kids and for us overgrown kids. And I bet you can meet Moana there too, right? Because what's a Disney area without a character meet and greet?
You are absolutely correct. You can meet Moana right outside the experience. But fair warning to all our listeners, I have never walked past this meet and greet, and there has not been a line. So if you are hoping to meet Moana, please, please pack your patient pants. You'll be waiting a while.
Patient pants, huh? Mine are usually in the laundry after a full day at Disney. But hey, it's Moana. Totally worth it for the little ones. And maybe for me too. I mean, who doesn't want to talk to a demigod sidekick? You know, listening to all of this, it really hits home how much Epcot still feels like Walt's original dream. Even if it's not, a giant dome where we all live and commute by monorail, which honestly sounds pretty cool, but also a bit like a sci fi movie gone wrong.
That's such a good point. Even though Walt's city dream wasn't fully realized, you can see aspects of his vision, like the pedestrian friendly areas, and of course, the monorail, influencing urban planning even today. And the park truly continues to feature concepts of the future and, more importantly, promote international cooperation. It's still that experimental prototype community of tomorrow in spirit, just, with better food and more thrill rides.
Yeah, I guess it's good we're not actually living in the giant golf ball. Imagine the HOA fees on that. But seriously, world celebration, world discovery, and world nature are just packed with such unique and, dare I say, educational experiences.
They really are. You could honestly spend an entire day just in these front sections of Epcot. Between snapping those iconic photos in World Celebration, blasting off into space in World Discovery, and diving deep into the natural world in World Nature. There's just so much to do.
For sure. I mean, if you're a ride enthusiast, this area of the park is probably where you'd want to hang out. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, Test Track, Spaceship Earth. Oh, and Mission Space for those who like to challenge their stomachs.
Stomach prefers the gentle green mission, thank you very much. But you're right, these neighborhoods really are action packed. And yet, they still deliver on that core Epcot promise of learning and inspiration. It's just, wrapped in more fun these days.
Well, Abby, this has been an absolute blast. I feel like my brain just went on a mini vacation and I didn't have to pack a suitcase. Just, my brain.
No, Jimmy, that's quite the visual. But yes, it's been so much fun taking everyone on this virtual tour of World Celebration, World Discovery, and World Nature. There's just so much magic packed into these areas.
There really is. And for our next episode, we're going to be taking a full on virtual tour around the World Showcase. Epcot has so much to offer, we had to break it up into two shows. Otherwise, we would have to have a virtual slumber party at Epcot.
That's right. We will visit all 11 countries and take a deep dive into what each pavilion has to offer. All those incredibly detailed and immersive cultural experiences. You won't want to miss it. So please go listen to that episode to complete your magical Epcot day.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, but we want to know what your favorite ride in Epcot is, or maybe your favorite snack. What's your go-to? Please comment below. We love hearing from all you magic chasers out there.
And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the magic chasing. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Absolutely. She is Abby, and I'm Jimmy. And remember, everyone,
Keep chasing that magic